Richard, I'm an independent businessman. Emphasis on independent.
Emphasis. Emphasis.
Emphasis on independent. And man, come to think of it. Count me out.
Actually, you're not being offered employment at Hooley.
Employment. Employment.
Actually, you're not being offered employment at Hooley. It was dehumanizing. But then you, Richard, you pulled me out of the life and you gave me hope and you gave me a sense of self-worth.
Self. Self.
Life, and you gave me hope and you gave me a sense of self-worth.
Motherfucker! Fuck it. Let me ask you a question, Richard. Have you ever had beef?
Like, with someone, like, fighting?
Beef. Beef.
Have you ever had beef?
Like, with someone, like, fighting?
Today to pursue your dream not for profit or valuation or material wealth, but for the good of humanity.
Humanity. Humanity.
Or material wealth, but for the good of humanity.
Let me change the subject. I
don't care for your tone, Kara. I'm getting a little tired of this bias.
Bias. Bias.
I'm getting a little tired of this bias. I'm continually creating jobs and helping people, and I'm tired of getting slapped for it.
Slap. Slap.
And I'm tired of getting slapped for it. Billionaires are people too. We are leaders in technology, in industry, in finance.
Finance. Finance.
In industry, in finance.
Eat it, don't chew. Just let it dissolve. Hold.
This is very hot.
Hold.
It's good physically, I'm
Hold.
Physically. Physically.
It's good physically, I'm
Hold. Hold.
This is very hot.
Hold.
It's good physically, I'm
Hold.
For it to dissolve on my mouth.
Now.
Dissolve. Dissolve.
For it to dissolve on my mouth.
Now. Anyway, next thing you know, we IPO, stock triples in a day, and AOL gobbles us up. All of a sudden, I'm 22 years young, and I'm worth 1.2 B.
Sudden. Sudden.
All of a sudden, I'm 22 years young, and I'm worth 1.2 B.
16.66 repeating. That's less than 1% return. Inflation is like 1.7. I think
Inflation. Inflation.
inflation is like 1.7. I think
Do what you want. I mean, should I pay $800 for that tiny piece of meat?
Buck. Buck.
I mean, should I pay $800 for that tiny piece of meat?
Sounds like he knows who he is and he doesn't apologize for it.
so. He's a joke. Who cares? This joke is willing to give us $5 million.
Joke. Joke.
This joke is willing to give us $5 million.
But he does have the option to take repayment in the form of equity, and he does get 2 board seats right off the bat.
Bat. Bat.
And he does get 2 board seats right off the bat.
You should take their offer.
I should. But I am tired of doing what I should do.
Tire. Tire.
But I am tired of doing what I should do.
Yeah, I don't want any part of that last bit.
It sounded better when Russ said it. Again, I am not good at quoting in context.
Quote. Quote.
Again, I am not good at quoting in context. I'm going to call Ron LaFlamme, and I'm going to tell him that we're taking Russ's money.
Okay, so I'm supposed to tell Lori Bream that
suppose, suppose,
Okay, so I'm supposed to tell Lori Bream that.
And I'm going to tell him that we're taking Russ's money.
Okay, so I'm supposed to tell Lori Bream that she is publicly co-invested.
publicly, publicly,
That she is publicly co-invested. Company could look back at a defining moment early on where they would have died had it not been for the courage.
courage, courage,
Had it not been for the courage. A moment where all the metrics and the numbers didn't mean anything. It was all about the emotion.
Emotion. Emotion.
It didn't mean anything. It was all about the emotion.
I did not understand any of what you just said.
None of it.
Monica, I will not interact with Russ Hanneman in any way.
interact, interact,
I will not interact with Russ Hanneman in any way. I will not interact with Russ Hanneman in any way. Is that clear?
It is, Lori.
I feel very strongly that you should have prevented this.
strongly, strongly,
I feel very strongly that you should have prevented this.
Nah, I'm totally kidding. I'm diffusing the tension with humor.
What tension? This tension?
tension, tension,
What tension? This tension?
Okay, so I think actually if we went back closer to our initial
She-dog.
point, then let's
What's
review
up,
our
Homo?
request with an eye for the monthly
Nothing.
burn rate.
request, request,
Request with an eye for the monthly
Nothing.
burn rate.
Well, this lawsuit is going to be a protracted and time-consuming ordeal. But with our superior resources,
superior, superior,
but with our superior resources, top litigators, we feel this gives us the advantage over Pied Piper.
Translation.
translation, translation,
Translation.
Based on proving that Pied Piper was created here at Hooli. Now, so far, concrete evidence of that is thin.
concrete, concrete,
Now, so far, concrete evidence of that is thin.
Gentlemen and lady, shalom aleichem. Thank you for coming today to open a dialogue. Now,
dialogue, dialogue,
thank you for coming today to open a dialogue. Now, thank you for coming today to open a dialogue. Now, if you'll follow me. In an effort to hardwire sensitivity into our corporate mind space,
sensitivity, sensitivity,
sensitivity into our corporate mind space, I'm having a scale replica of the Hall of Names at Yad Vashem constructed right next to the bike shop.
construct, construct,
Constructed right next to the bike shop.
But if you have no revenue, you can say you're pre-revenue. You're a potential pure play.
pure, pure,
You're a potential pure play.
The king.
There's no revenue. No one wants to see revenue. Go.
Oh, I just thought that mainly the
mainly, mainly,
I just thought that mainly the
Radio on internet. Did you put radio on the internet?
no.
So everything you just did, do the opposite.
opposite, opposite,
So everything you just did, do the opposite. Do me a favor, make the right fucking decisions and leave me the fuck out. You think Corey wants to be here? Corey, let's bounce. Come on.
bounce, bounce,
Corey, let's bounce. Come on. That's the one you frame and put up on your wall. You didn't try to cash that, did you?
So do we arrange a wire transfer or
No.
wire, wire,
so do we arrange a wire transfer or
No.
Yeah, how is she Pied Piper? What is this?
Brand awareness.
awareness, awareness,
What is this?
Brand awareness. His office. And guess where I placed the biggest one of all?
This is the most hostile and aggressive act of.
hostile, hostile,
This is the most hostile and aggressive act of.
And surely these impressive promotions would lead a court to agree that someone this brilliant
brilliant, brilliant,
would lead a court to agree that someone this brilliant must be integral to, if not solely responsible, for its creation.
It's all right, you can come in.
creation, creation,
For its creation.
It's all right, you can come in.